Out into third. There's one. There's two. There it is. It's a triple play. The 2-1. High fly ball. Deep right center. There it goes. See ya.
What's up, Yankees universe? KOD Nation, stand up. And you degenerates, wake up and get your coffee. Welcome to this Monday, August 1st edition of the Yankees Morning Brew. Salute, salute, salute. All my guys that's in the chat. My man Michael Mazza, Fort Train Express, what it do? Chris the Flash, I see you, my guys. Salute, salute, salute. My brother Frankie Two Tones will be us momentarily. But the Yankees had a good weekend, even though we lost the last game of the series against the Royals. We shouldn't have lost that game. Clay Holmes gave up the lead in the ninth inning. We couldn't muster it back, but we are here now. Let's join this. Let's have this discussion. The reason why I'm wearing these shades is because, I want to have a conversation with Brian Cashman, one-on-one. My man Cashman, right? Cashman. Now, Brian Cashman, I know this whole weekend, your ear must have been ringing because Yankee fans was talking you up a storm. I know my guy, Michael Caputo, if he had a chance to get a voodoo doll of you, he probably would. Do a little pokey poke. But Brian Cashman, I just want to have this conversation. You and I, let's just sit down real quick. I know you're just a graphic. You're not the real Brian Cashman, but I'm going to still try to speak to you like you was the real Brian Cashman. Look into my eyes. You see my eyes? Right? You see the other rings that are reflecting off of these shades? Let this hypnotize you, Brian Cashman, right? Because in all reality, in all honesty, Cashman, you cannot let this trade deadline go by without getting something done. Now, over the weekend, we all heard the bad news, Louise Castillo is going to the Seattle Mariners. Seattle will be here this weekend, starting tonight. Shout out my guy, Keith Saunders. What it do? Keith and I will be attending Yankees versus Mets when they come up. And then the following day, I'll be at Yankee Stadium with my guy John from Ron and John, still Knicks fans. I may be meeting up also with Talking Mets with Rob. If you guys aren't familiar with Talking Mets with Rob, it's a Met channel. Basically the same setup like we have, but they talk about the Mets. So if you guys can, please, whenever you get a second, go subscribe. Talking Mets with Rob. I understand it is a Met channel, but here we don't discriminate. We welcome everybody. Welcome everybody to the panel. Welcome everybody to the chat. First off, let me see my man Michael Mazzi. He said he's got to make another few moves and needs to get a starter or two and some bullpen him. Absolutely. Now, when we talk about the Luis Castillo trade, right? This is how I want to talk about it. Brian Cashman, the Seattle Mariners, they went for it. If you've seen the Seattle Mariners over these past 25 games, they're 22-3, right? The 3 losses being to the Houston Astros, but they're still 22-3 within their last 25 games. This is a move that they needed to solidify the fact that they're making that march towards the 3rd wild card team. I apologize. My camera seems to be always just adjusting itself. But yeah, they made that move. And what did they give up for it? They gave up their number 1 overall prospect, their number 3 overall prospect, their number 5 overall prospect, and I think it was the 12th overall prospect. Now, if it was the Yankees and we gave up the same package, it would have been Volpe, Peraza, Waldichuk, and I think Elijah Duran or Everson Pereira as that 12th prospect. That's an overpay. Seattle did that because they were desperate and needed to get Luis Castillo. When you look at the Yankees, yes, we need Luis Castillo. But Brian Cashman, in my opinion, he played it smart. He didn't overpay. Now we have to pivot to plan B. Frankie Montas, Pablo Lopez. There's been rumors and rumblings about Carlos Rondon from the San Francisco Giants. And at first, I was like, I'm all for Carlos Rondon. But my man Jason from 161 River Avenue had to remind me that Carlos Rondon, he has an injury history, big time injury history, right? Normally, when he gets to 130 innings each year is when he starts to break down, and he's creeping around that. So if the Yankees were to trade for Carlos Rondon, we'll have him for 2 or 3 starts before he starts to break down, and that's what the Yankees need to try to avoid. You don't want to overpay for a pitcher, overpay for a position player, overpay for a bullpen arm just for them to get hurt. Now, let's just pivot to other trade targets, right? Let's just do this. Frankie Montas. At first, you guys know how I feel about the Oakland A's and trading with the Oakland A's. But thinking about it, Frankie Montas, he's emergency plan B. We lost out Castillo. Frankie Montas, I think, is in the eyes of the Yankees right now. Now, if you're the Oakland A's, you got to try to hold them for a ransom. Try to get the most back that you can. It's a part of the game. It's the nature of the beast, especially when you just see the Seattle Mariners overpay for a player. So with Seattle overpaying for a player, that just set the market. Now the market is set. Now, if you're a team that's going to trade a Frankie Montas, you got to see what Seattle gave up, what the Cincinnati Reds got in return, and you're going to want the same thing. There's been rumblings about Blackburn. There's been rumblings about Montas. Also, as well, Skubal, the left-handed pitcher with the Detroit Tigers, and Gregory Soto. If you ask me, I think the Tigers trade is something that we really have to put into the ether, really have to put under a microscope and examine it. If we could get Skubal, who has 4 or 5 years left to control, and Gregory Soto, who was an all-star this year, by the way, Gregory Soto, who also has 3 to 4 or 5 years of control, that frees up money so the Yankees could re-sign Judge. That frees up money so the Yankees could go out there and add a starting pitcher because Jameson Taillon is walking. Salute to my brother Worldwide L. Salute to my guy Worldwide L and the For the Love of the Game crew. Salute Worldwide L. Hope all is well. Mayberry. But yeah, like I was saying, Soto added to that bullpen will be fantastic. You saw last night what happened with Clay Holmes. If we had Gregory Soto, maybe Clay Holmes doesn't pitch to Salvador Perez. Maybe after 3 batters, Aaron Boone takes him out because Gregory Soto is warmed up, ready to go. These are moves that we have to think about. Now, I know a lot of Yankee fans, are upset. I get it. Tomorrow is the trade deadline. By the way, as well, we will be having a Yankees Morning Brew trade deadline special. Me and my man Jigga Man Porto will be having a dope insight look at the trade deadline. We'll probably run an hour and a half, 2 hours before the trade deadline hits. That way we could go through it. But guys, since I got all you guys here, we have to announce one thing special. Because the Knights of Degen is giving a giveaway. This is a subscriber giveaway that the Knights of Degen are putting together. Rules are just got to follow us on Twitch, Knights of Degen. Follow us on YouTube, Knights of Degen. We'll be giving a steed away. That way you could get fully invested into the community here at the Knights of Degen. There's so much to do. I guarantee you guys will have a blast. Listen, Friday nights, like I'm always putting out there, Friday nights is when the degenerates come out to play. Friday night we got the Zed Run. Friday night we got the Horsies, the virtual fighting. Get yourself a steed, get yourself into the tavern, and please make sure you follow us on Twitch, YouTube, and I know it's not there, but follow us on Twitter also. There's a lot of special events going on, and I would love if everybody in the community would be there with me. A lot of the community is outside of New York City, so I feel like I'm all alone here. So please, guys, make sure I put it back up again. Subscribe to the Twitch channel, Knights of Degen. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Knights of Degen. We'll be announcing the winner, I think, within the next week or so, or this Friday, however it works out. I'll get you that answer tomorrow. And also, make sure you tune into tomorrow because we got the Yankees Morning Brew in the morning. Like always, we're going to have people on after after 12 o'clock. We're going to open up the panel. After we leave, we're going to come right back an hour and a half before the trade deadline to break down any trades that happen or any trades that are on the move. As my man Jigga Man Porto is putting it, full access. You'll get full access to everything Knights of Dejan, and we will be announcing the winner this Friday. So please make sure you're following us on Twitch, Knights of Dejan, and please make sure you're following us on YouTube, Knights of Dejan. I bring my man Frankie Two Tones in a little bit, but let me continue on this rant because Brian Cashman, you need to do something. You cannot let this trade deadline pass you by, right? I know I've always said, and Brian Cashman, we trust, because that's the smart thing to say. We have to look at the moves that Brian Cashman did, the many minor moves that he did, and how much is helping us out right now. Wandy Peralta, perfect example. Clay Holmes, perfect example. Anthony Rizzo. You guys see what Anthony Rizzo is doing. Nobody thought that the Yankees were going to get Anthony Rizzo. So, woosah, relax. And Brian Cashman, we trust. What would Brian Cashman do? We could only imagine that Brian Cashman's working the phones right now, trying to get everything he can, trying to do everything he can. But one thing that I thought about this morning that I realized it may be a big thing, and it may be a big obstacle and a hurdle in our path. If you just think about it, right? You got all these teams that are in on Juan Soto. The three top teams being the Dodgers, Padres, and Cardinals. You know, those are the three big teams that are in on Juan Soto. Another team that emerged as a favorite today, which was pretty weird because it was just reported that they're willing to sell. But according to Jeff Passan, the San Francisco Giants are emerging as a team. What Brian Cashman has to do, and what Brian Cashman can't let happen, if the Juan Soto deal does not go through, you have to worry about the Dodgers, the Padres, the Cardinals. You got to worry about those three teams going all in for Frankie Montas, going all in with Detroit for Scubo. Oh, my man Mike Mazza said the Rangers are also in. Boom, that's another team. So the Yankees have teams to worry about. If they can't get Juan Soto, they're going to pivot to the Frankie Montas market. They're going to pivot to the Pablo Lopez market, the Gregory Soto, the Scubo market. They're going to pivot. And those teams have prospects that they're willing to give up. Brian Cashman cannot be caught on the opposite side of the 8-ball during this trade deadline. You know, and I get it. You know, a lot of Yankee fans have different opinions, right? Something that, you know, of mutual of minds online from TikTok, they said yesterday that I'm still stuck on, but it was a great analysis. These are all peanut butter and jelly opinions. And what we mean by peanut butter and jelly opinions is I can like peanut butter, you can like jelly, but who really cares at the end of the day? Not one is better than the other. You need both to make a perfect sandwich, right? So we all may have different opinions about this team. We all may feel that Brian Cashman is letting us down or this organization is letting us down, you know, but take a step back and realize you guys are Yankee fans, right? You aren't Kansas City Royal fans. You aren't LA Clipper fans. You aren't Knicks fans, right? You aren't the Arizona Diamondbacks. As good as they are this year, you aren't the Cleveland Guardians, the Cincinnati Reds, the New York Jets. I'm sorry, Jigga Man, for bringing up the New York Jets, but I just got to do it. There's a lot of different sport franchises that are out there that are just an utter mess. As a Yankee fan, over these past 20 years, hell, you can say 30 years, over these past 20 to 30 years, this team has done wonders. This team has given us probably some of the best joy, some of the best excitement out of our life. So, Jigman said I'm fired. So, let's just all relax. Let's pump the brakes and let's enjoy the rest of the season. I'm going to bring my man Frankie Two Tones in so Frankie can talk me off the edge just a little bit. My man Frankie.
Hey, what's up?
Salute, baby.
What's up, man? How are you?
First and foremost, first of all, are you back from Florida yet? Have you made it back from vacation?
Yeah,
Back up?
we are now in New Jersey. We're
Nice.
up in Jersey now. Yeah.
Nice. Welcome to have you back, my man Frankie. He's just hopping to different zip codes and area codes. He just living the best life he
All
can
over the place.
this summer. But Frankie,
All over
give
the-
me your overall take of the weekend. What's your thought?
Yeah, I mean, we had a good weekend. Took 3 or 4 from Cincinnati, not Cincinnati, Kansas City. Yesterday it was a bad loss. Clay home, blew up. Just 0 for 5 from Glaber, which didn't help.
Yeah.
He had that fly out to end the game. So
Mhm.
all in all, it was a good weekend. Just a hiccup yesterday. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. Like you said, it's good weekend. Clay Holmes had a hiccup, which is something that he normally doesn't do.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge almost tied it in the 9th inning. He was just off the end of the bat just a little bit.
Yeah.
This run that Aaron Judge has gone on coming out of the All-Star break. Let's talk about this real quick, Frankie, because it's unbelievable. Your man has 9 home runs coming out of the All-Star break, right? That's more than 11 other major league teams have coming out of the All-Star break. That's ridiculous and insane at the same time, Frankie.
It is. He's on a tear. He's at 42 home runs. That's, I mean, he's gonna hit 60. I think he'll get to 60.
Yeah. As Keith brought up, also Combs gave up his first home run in almost a year. Absolutely. And these things are going to happen over 162 games, right, Frankie? We got 59 games left to play for the season. Frankie, I would rather that happen July 31st than September 28th, 29th, or October. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Now, you messaged me on Twitter over the weekend. Your heartbreak, the heartbreak we feel about Louise Castillo. What was your thoughts when you first heard that news?
Yeah, it was. I mean, we were with our family, and we were watching the game with my uncle, and it was right after Judge hit the home run. We were sitting outside, had our computer set up, watching the game, and I remember I went in after Judge's home run to grab a water. And I took out my phone. I was like, no way. I came on and I was like, yo, Seattle just traded for Castillo. We were all like, no.
Yeah.
And it happened right after Judge's grand slam too, which was like the two ends of the spectrum there. But,
like, do you think Seattle purposely put that out after they saw the scoreboard and they wanted to take out all the air from our balloon?
Yeah. I think they were just messing with us there. We're facing him tonight, I'm pretty sure.
No, I think it's Wednesday. Wednesday will be his next start. Yeah, Wednesday will be his next start. Yeah. It's interesting, right? Because today, right, would be Frankie Montas's next start. Pablo Lopez's next start, I believe, will be today, right? If you're a team that's trying to trade those players, you're going to want to trade them today before their next start. You don't want to wait for that start to happen and then they get injured potentially.
Or they get blown up or something, yeah.
Exactly. So I think a move will happen today or tonight. Hopefully, let's see. But I want to ask you, what's your overall thoughts on the package that Seattle gave up? Because they gave up their number.
They gave up way too much.
One prospect, number 3 prospect, number 5 prospect, and number 12.
That's my hat's all messed up. So
it's all good.
They gave up way too many players. They gave up their best minor league players in their system. That's insane. That's way too much.
Now, what's your thoughts on this? Because I've been trying to come up with a reasonable thought, Frankie. That's why I need you here, because you are like the paintball that I could just throw shit on and you just try to help me out, try to navigate this. But if the Yankees would have gave up Volpe, Peraza, Waldichuk, and some extra minor leaguer, how would you have felt?
I wouldn't have been happy with that. I would have thought that was too much.
Especially for only a year and a half of a 29-year-old pitcher.
Castillo, yeah. It was Peraza that was the deal breaker for Cashman. He didn't want to give up Peraza, so I wonder what the rest of that deal looked like. It must have been similar to the Mariners package then, because he's going to be willing to give up one of them, I feel like. So
yeah.
I feel like Volpe was probably in that trade. Waldichuk was probably who they wanted too. So
Now, if you're a team like Seattle, who doesn't have a history of winning, who hasn't been in the playoffs in God knows how long, a wild card game, whatever. If
Yeah.
you're the Seattle Mariners, you make this move no matter what. Even though you're getting fleeced and you're overpaying, you have to make this move for your team because you have to build in order to go forward,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you're the Yankees, you're already there. You're just a
Oh,
few
yeah,
pieces
you're already at
away.
that level. Yeah.
Exactly. So overpaying for a pitcher like Castillo doesn't make sense. Now I know a lot of Yankee fans, like I was saying earlier, it's probably crucify me and throw me up against the cross. But when you look at what Seattle gave up and what the Yankees would have given up, Volpe it's just that's too much for me.
Yeah.
You know, now if you're telling me we would have got back Luis Castillo and Diaz, the reliever, I may take it.
Yeah, then I would give up Volpe and
That I'll take. And if you throw in Brandon Drury, I throw in a couple other prospects for those three players. I would give up Volpe, Peraza, Waldichuk for those three, but not only for
not
Castillo.
one guy. No, I would give up those three for their three guys.
Yeah. My man Frankie, my man Michael Mazza said, heard it was Volpe that was the deal breaker.
I heard it was one of the shortstops. I heard Peraza, maybe it was Volpe. I saw
Maybe it was both. Why not both? Listen, both would be a deal breaker for me.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to give up both. One,
Yeah,
both like we said, both from one guy is a no-go. You know, the Mariners oversold.
And then also too, you guys have to also put it to consideration, right? They may have been number 1, number 3, number 5 in the Mariners system.
Yeah.
But those prospects aren't ranked as high as a Volpe, aren't ranked as high as a Waldichuk. So they may have been 1, 3, and 5 in that system, but you bring that number 1 to our system, that number 1 from the Mariners probably would have been a number 3, probably would have took Peraza's spot in our minor league prospect pool. You never know. And you know, like we're all agreeing, especially for a year and a half of Castillo.
Yeah.
And we all know Brian Cashman loves having controllability of his players, so you could spend the money somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I would love. I want Tariq Skubal from Detroit. I want to go up there because, like you said, we have 4 years of control of him. We have him for years.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
then
so,
throw in Gregory. You see, that's a move that I'll be willing to trade a Volpe up for, or a Dominguez or Peraza or Waldichuk. Give me Skubal and Gregory Soto, and let's discuss a combination of prospects what you have, because both Gregory Soto and Skubal have years of control. Gregory Soto was just an all-star this year. He's a phenomenal closer. Last night, I think it was one out into the 9th inning. I don't think if Clay Holmes was struggling, I don't think he would have faced Perez if we had Gregory Soto last night.
No. I mean, I don't think Clay Holmes is the closer if we trade for Gregory Soto. I think Gregory Soto is the closer if we trade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Michael Mazza, Skubal, Soto, and Foma. Listen, I'll take those 3 right there. You add those 3 pitchers to the Yankees, boom, World Series.
Yeah, we're gonna be great. Speaking of the World Series, did you see what Tanaka said today?
Oh no! What is it? Break the news! Oh my God, Frankie got some news breaks.
No. So we, so someone tweeted at him and was like, "Hey, do you miss the Yankees or whatever?" And he was like, "Yeah, they're gonna win the World Series." So hopefully he's right. Hopefully he's right, but.
Hopefully he's right. Hopefully he could do like if you remember years ago when Roger, well, you was probably, I was in high school when this happened, so you was probably in elementary school when it happened. But when Roger Clemens randomly showed up in the middle of August to George Steinbrenner's box, and he came back for the rest of the season for the Yankees. We lost, but he still showed up nonetheless.
Tanaka in the playoffs, he's a beast.
Oh man.
He was an ace. He was like a 3-level starter in the regular season, but he was an ace. He was an ace in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're in need of an ace right now, especially after the way Cole pitched. That's why I think we need a Castillo or we need a Monta.
When you look at any starting pitcher, right? Basically, right now, any starting pitcher would probably be an upgrade over like Jameson Taillon or like Montgomery, because before his last start, you and I was both on agreement that Montgomery was like our solid pitcher behind Garrett Cole, and
terrible start.
2 horrible starts. The first one he didn't make it out the 3rd inning, and this one he didn't make it out the 4th inning.
Yeah, he do pitch 4 innings. Did you see he like snapped on a reporter last night?
Yeah. It's frustration piling up.
Like, give me a break, bro.
Yeah. That's not good for the clubhouse. You know, it's not. When you look at our bullpen has been solid besides Clay Holmes' little missteps. You got Jonathan Loizaga this weekend who looks solid. Aroldis Chapman this weekend who looks solid.
If we can get Chapman, like if we can get like earlier in the season Chapman and last year Loizaga, I think our bullpen is perfect and we don't need anyone else. But that's a big if. That's a big ask.
Yeah, that is a big if and a big ask. That's why, you know, like he brought up Scubo, Soto, and Fulmer. Those 3 pitches, you add that to this bullpen and Scubo to the starting rotation, I'll be solid. It's not sexy as Castillo. I'll be the first one to tell you Scubo is not sexy as Castillo. But Scubo, Soto, and Fulmer, a combination of the 3,
just as much value as a Castillo would have brought us.
Yeah. Because you and I, we both said that, you know, as much as we want Juan Soto, it's smarter for the Yankees to spread out the prospects and add more instead of just one player.
Yeah. To kind of level it out. Kind of look at I'm going to use a Moneyball scenario for the Yankees. Weird, but like to kind of, you know, you can get the same level of production, for say as Juan Soto, from 3 or 4 guys that'll take less to get than a Soto would. So, hey, if we can do that, I would much rather have to give up less for a couple pieces than have to give up our entire farm system for one guy. If we can get the value from 3 or 4 guys combined, that's what it would give us.
And also, like I said, there was rumors over the weekend when it comes to Juan Soto that his agent, we all know who his agent is, right? He's a ruthless, money-hungry agent. It's Scott Boras. So apparently the rumors are if Soto gets moved, Scott Boras, he wants it to go to a team that's not going to re-sign him, right? So he could hit free agency. So if you're a team, I'm not sure if you're willing to give up all those prospects in order not to sign them and lose them.
Yeah.
Okay, my man Michael put it. Hector, if Cashman doesn't get Frankie Montas, then the Yankees are not winning the World Series. Sorry. You've been saying that all year, Caputo. You've been saying that all year. One thing I'm going to say is, like me and Frankie was just discussing, if the Yankees are able to get Scubo, Soto, and Fulmer, those 3 pitches right there, add that to our rotation, our bullpen, it would solidify us going forward. He said if we end up with Jose Quintana or Noah, then this is an awful deadline for the Yankees and not a successful one. Sorry. In agreement, I don't think I want Jose Quintana. I don't think Frankie want Jose Quintana. We was just naming the pitches we want. Frankie, any other players that you're eyeing or you think the Yankees should go after?
I mean, we got an outfielder, so that clears up a spot. Jeez, I didn't bring my Gallo jersey, so if he's going by tomorrow, we'll have to change the special to Thursday when I get home.
I wasn't going to ask you. I was waiting for you to bring it up, but I wasn't going to ask you, where's that Gallo jersey?
I forgot to bring it. But if we, no, I mean, we got our outfielder that covers Gallo's spot. I mean, I think Reynolds is out of the question now. I mean, I haven't heard anything about Reynolds. I haven't heard anything about any with the Pirates.
I don't think Pittsburgh is picking up Brian Cashman phone calls anymore.
No.
No way.
I really think this is the year we get Montas, but I was also saying this is the year we finally get Castillo, and he went to Seattle. So I really don't know. As long as we get maybe 2 or 3 pitchers, whether that 3-player deal with Detroit or Montas and then a pitcher or 2 from Detroit is fine with me. We need pitching. I mean, scored 6 runs yesterday. I mean, I don't care if it's the Royals. That's a lot of runs.
I got to correct this, Caputo. Caputo, this is an absolute lie because the GM of the Nationals was a scout, and he said Anthony Volpe was one of the prospects that he wanted. So Caputo, please source where you're getting your information because the GM of the Mariners, I mean of the Nationals, someone spoke to him, and Anthony Volpe was a top target of his because he used to be a scout. Go ahead, Frankie. My fault.
Yeah. So just we need pitching. You
Mm.
know, after yesterday, we just need pitching. That's all we need to round out this team as a whole.
Yeah,
So,
I would say pitching. If we want to get I wouldn't say an infielder. I don't think we need any other bats. If you want to say that we're gonna let go Josh Donaldson and Aaron Hicks and bring in to replace them, cool. But I don't think the Yankees are gonna eat that money.
I'm hearing like rumbles about Joey Wendell.
Yeah, I've heard rumbles of Joey Wendell from the Marlins, right?
Marlins, yeah.
Yeah, well, he's a 300 hitter. If we could put him in a trade for Pablo Lopez, we may have to give up Gleyber Torres. I'm not sure, but we need to focus on bullpen arm and a starting pitcher right now.
As much as I like Wendell, and I have a funny story about him after this, but as much as I love Wendell, I don't want to replace Gleyber Torres with Joey Wendell. You know what I mean?
I neither do I. Neither do I. Even though he didn't come through last night in the clutch, I get it. I still want to hold on to Gleyber Torres. He said, Hector, I'm sorry. I just want a World Series so bad. But listen, we all want a World Series so badly. I don't think me or Frankie or Michael Mazza in the chat or Chris the Flash in the chat, I don't think any of us are just happy and content with not winning the World Series. We want to win, right, Frankie?
This is the year I think we can do it. I think this is the best team we've had since last time we won. So, hey,
and then you point and look at the only other team in our division, and in our league, in the American League, the Houston Astros. What did they do? Did they do anything by the trade deadline?
No.
Did they make a big split? Did they get Juan Soto?
Up and grab.
Yeah, did they get Juan Soto or Luis Castillo? Did they get Daniel Barr? Did they get no?
I don't think they've made one trade.
No. So Brian Cashman's in the Louise Caputo. Like we said, if Brian Cashman would have gave up Volpe, Peraza, Waldichuk, and an extra minor leaguer, and we only got a year and a half of Luis Castillo, who we gonna trade for a bullpen arm?
Yeah.
Who we gonna trade for if we just gut our top prospects just for one pitcher, overpay for a pitcher? How are we gonna get bullpen arms?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we couldn't. Now that I look at the trade that the Mariners threw out there for Castillo, I'm almost happy that we didn't finalize that trade because now I know how much we would have given up for 1.5 years of Luis Castillo.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and all these rumors that are going on with the Yankees, like all the players that the Yankees are connected to, every team that they're connected with is not just for one player, it's for two.
For a couple.
We're connected to the A's for Frankie Montas and for Blackburn.
I'd love Montas and Blackburn. That's two. Montas is a 2-starter. Blackburn can I don't know. He's a good 4. I mean, he's
a great number 3, solid 4.
I think he's better than Jameson Taillon.
100%. Listen, a playoff starting rotation of Garrett Cole, Frankie Montas, Blackburn, and Nestor Cortez. You happy with that?
Yeah, I am. And then you can even put Severino, in there for when he comes back.
Mm-hmm.
What was I saying here?
You said Frankie. This one. Go ahead, read it. You can read it, Frankie.
I believe that we can get both Montas and Lopez. What do you think? I mean, I agree. I think we can get both. And if we get both, I think that puts us over Houston. To be honest, that puts us that because then we have three legit starters, plus Luis Severino and Nestor Cortez. And
Michael Caputo, Charlie Blackburn was an all-star this year. Caputo, look up his numbers. He was an all-star this year.
Yeah.
And we're not just saying only him. We're saying Frankie Montas would be the number 2 starter. Go ahead, Frankie.
Yeah, man. Dude, Montas and Blackburn would be good, but Montas and Lopez, that's like a match made in heaven. Because, like I said, that gives us Cole, Montas, Pablo Lopez. That's 3 legit starters, plus Nestor Cortez, who is an all-star. plus Luis Severino, who was a Cy Young finalist 3 years ago, who's legit but is going through injury problems. So that's 5. Like, I think that's 5 of the top 35, 40 starting pitchers in the game in our rotation.
Yeah,
like, unbelievable. That would be unbelievable.
When you look at it, right? That's what I'm saying. The Yankees are trying to get 2, maybe 3 players from a team instead of just putting all these prospects in for one, right? Frankie Montas, Charlie Blackburn would solidify this rotation. Montas as the number 2, Charlie Blackburn as number 3 or 4 starter, right? That right there, solid. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Maybe I do like the trade with Detroit better because we get 2 bullpen arms with Soto and Fulmer, right? But then we got Chapman, who's been looking good. Louise, who's been looking good recently.
Yeah. So I mean, really, the question is: does Cashman believe that Chapman and Louise can get back to their last season form? I believe they can, but at the end of the day, it's going to be this Cashman believe they can, because that's what's going to determine if we get starters, if we focus on starters. I mean, at the deadline, or if we focus on relievers. So I think what he thinks about those 2 is really what gonna start supporting what we do.
Yeah, and just to let you know, Caputo, Paul Blackburn is who we're talking about, not Charlie. Paul Blackburn. I keep saying Charlie. I'm just getting confused. Paul Blackburn has a 3.99 ERA. As we both said, he'll be a solid number 3 and number 4 starter to this rotation. That's it. That's not going to be the big move that we make. But
it was really good going in the All-Star break. He had I don't know. I was looking at his games. He had a couple bad starts come out, 2 bad starts out of the break. His ERA was at close to 4.5. But he's had some good starts recently, and now it's down below 4. He's a solid pitcher, really.
Mm-hmm.
He's a real solid guy. He'll give us 6 innings of 3 runs, 5 innings of 3, 5 innings of 2, 6 innings of 4, something like that. He's not he's not an elite arm in the game, but he's going to eat it and keep us in the game.
He's going to eat innings. He's going to give you. He's going to, Frankie. Yes or no? Would Blackburn give you more than what we're getting out of Cy Young?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Would he give you more than what we're getting out of Montgomery?
I don't think he gives us more than we get out of Montgomery, but I think they're on a similar playing field. Those 2.
Okay.
They're similar. Yeah.
I like the answer. Mike. Hold on. Wait. Chris the Flash said, "Feel about we get both." Montas and Rondon.
I think that would be better than getting Montas and Lopez. I think Rodon's better than Lopez is, but like you said, it's just the injuries with Rondon. He gets hurt and he has arm issues.
If they were both on the Oakland A's, then yeah, because like I said, the Yankees are trying to get 2 players from a team instead of just one, or calling up and splitting up more prospects. Caputo, I love you, baby. I'm not gonna argue with you. One thing I'm gonna say is that Frankie and me, we both said Montas and Blackburn, right? You keep on forgetting about Montas. You're saying you want a great pitcher. That's Montas. Blackburn would just be insurance as well. Michael Caputo. Maybe you need to shave some of that hair so you could soak the information in. Go ahead, Frankie.
Yeah, that gives us, if we get Montas and Blackburn. I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't be happy with just Blackburn, but I'd be 20 times happier if we get Blackburn and Montas.
Yeah,
it's happening,
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
I think. What's your thoughts about the cat? Because I think we're good when it comes to the catcher.
Yeah, we're fine. I mean, if we can get Wilson Contreras, that would be unbelievable. But I'm fine with Trevino. I mean, Higashioka is the backup. He's whatever. Trevino's he's like an average hitter, right? But he gives us good defense. Great defense, actually. He's probably one of the better. He's probably one of the best, if not the best, defensive catcher. And then he's an average hitter. Higashioka is similar defensively, but he might be one of the worst hitters in baseball.
Yeah.
So when I talk about this with my dad a lot, I told you how he hates Gary Sanchez. I always tell him we met in the middle with Higashioka and Sanchez. We met here.
Yeah.
Here, Higashioka's here. We met right here. We got the
Yeah.
and we got the decent hitting. So
well, last year Higashioka's defense was a lot better than what we're getting out of him this year. Because I don't know, sometimes this year
his defense has been weird this year.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. That's why we brought up the trade thing, because I don't think we'll get Murphy from Oakland. I think if a team does get Murphy, I think it will be the Milwaukee Brewers, right? We'll get Murphy because, in today's day and age of baseball, offensive catchers, they're non-existent, right? Jose Trevino has been good offensively. Murphy has been good offensively. Wilson Contreras has been good offensively. But there aren't that many offensive-minded catchers that are left in baseball.
Romuto isn't hitting this year. He's not hitting. Grandal has been, at least last time I checked, Grandal has been god awful.
Mm-hmm.
So even the catchers who have been known to be not just the better hitting catchers, but just some of the better hitters in the league have not been hitting. So the catcher position as a whole is going down.
You said you brought up Grandal from the Chicago White. He's been really bad, and he can't even run.
Oh,
that's the thing about it. Grandal is like one of the slowest play. Hold on, I just got a notification from Twitter. Was this Yankees trade? What happened?
Yankees trade? What?
34 seconds ago.
Are we getting a live trade on the show, Hector? Is that what we're
getting? I'm not sure, Frankie. I'm just trying to filter because you. Okay, breaking Yankees trade outfield. It was a joke trade. It was a joke tweet.
Oh, dude, come on.
It was a joke. I'm sorry. I got super excited. It said breaking news. Check that. Breaking news. Yankees trade outfielder Joey Gallo to the Yankees in exchange for outfielder Joey Gallo plus cash. Dude, I'm sorry, everybody. I didn't mean to get you guys excited.
You got me going. I checked my phone.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I got the notification on my phone. It's from somebody that, when you put the star next to them, you always get the notification.
Like the little, like the white.
Yeah.
So it looks like the check mark. Like
Yeah. So yeah, my apologies. My apologies. But this is from Twitter that somebody had me. Yankee fans whining about Donaldson, who has been awful. We're not looking at the entire trade, which has helped this team be 36 games over 500. By acquiring starting shortstop and a catcher they expected to start and improving the defense while moving Sanchez, getting Torres off a shortstop, stop whining and complaining. I get it.
I get it.
I get it. I can live with it. Am I 100% happy with Donaldson? No. I'm not 100% happy with Donaldson. Caputo, tomorrow we'll be doing at 12 o'clock, allowing people to come on Caputo. I can't do it today just because I have a doctor's appointment at 1 o'clock, and I can't miss this appointment because, everybody knows what I'm dealing with my back. So Caputo, tomorrow, I promise, at 12 o'clock, we'll have people on from 12:30 to 1 o'clock. And then later on in the day, Frankie, I'll message you if you're free. But, Jiggerman, myself, and Frankie, if it's free, we'll be doing a trade special right before the trade deadline. So, yeah, my apologies, Caputo. Hold on. Yeah, I'm would I have liked to keep Gio or Sulla? Absolutely. Yeah. I would have loved to keep Gio. What Gio was doing outside of the game when it comes to the community, giving back to the community, that right there meant a lot. Josh Donaldson's attitude with the Yankees, because he's not corporate, right? Donaldson is not a corporate person.
He's allowed.
That's what the Yankees needed. In all reality, the Yankees needed somebody with that non-corporate attitude to kick him in the ass, because with all this uptightness, even though Judge was upset with Donaldson, I get it, but Josh Donaldson gives just an extra whoo, if you can understand what I'm saying, Frankie.
I got you coming from. He kind of just lightens the mood a little bit. He plays a little more loose than other guys, but at the same time, I don't think he's the best person out there.
Yeah.
He's. It's not even.
We only gotta live with him for another year. Whatever we get for him, if he could go and catch fire in the playoffs, cool, copy. But I'm not expecting that for him. I think they need to move him down in the lineup. What was your thoughts this weekend, Andrew Benintendi and DJ LeMahieu flipping from the leadoff and the fifth? Like, what's your thoughts on that?
I liked it. I mean, hey, we saw Benintendi in a lot of spots. I think I think he hit in a different spot every game. He let off once. He hit fifth once. He hit third one game. Like he was in a lot of different spots. So, Booney was kind of taking the Royal Series as an opportunity to experiment him in different locations in the lineup.
Yeah.
And he only had one hit in the 4 games, but he had a sac fly. I think he walked like 5 or 6 times. He was on base. He stole a base. He was making plays on the field. He was from the base as well. So I know he only got 1 hit, but his play style is a lot more than his stats. You know what I mean? He's one of those guys that I know it's not football or basketball, but he's like a playmaker, if you understand what I'm saying. He's a playmaker. He makes plays in the field and he runs really, really well. So I'm fine with him. I don't want to jump the gun here, but he's already better than Gallo in a Yankee uniform.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I'm going to get to the chat real quick before we get into the breakdown. My man Keith said, according to Buster Olney, the Yankees are pursuing Montas and Rondon.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Amen. Man. Amen. If we could get that. Michael Caputo, let's see. I really think the Yankees need to pull off a trade before the deadline tomorrow, because if this thing goes to the last second, we're going to lose out on Montas. That worries me. I'm 100% on board with that. Frankie and I was just talking. Frankie, with all these other teams that are in when it comes to Juan Soto, like the Dodgers, the Padres, the Cardinals, I brought up if they don't get Juan Soto, they could just pivot and trade those prospects for a Montas. That's what I'm worried about, and that's what I'm scared about. What about you?
I totally agree, and I really think that we see a move today. Within the next 3 or 4 hours, I see a move happening today, going into tonight. I see a few moves. Me and my dad stopped for breakfast just down the road, and I was telling him, I think today is going to be crazy, not just for the Yankees, but around the league with trades. I think today is going to be the most active day at the trade deadline so far. So hopefully it has something to do with us getting, I don't know, whether it's Montas, Rondon, Pablo Lopez, and Joey Wendell. Can't forget about Joey Wendell. Anyone we got to get. A pitcher, we need it.
Yeah, we have to. We can't let this be like the 2017 trade deadline. The 2017 trade deadline, we traded for Sonny Gray. We added a lot of pieces, but we didn't get that extra piece that we needed. Right? Yeah. Sonny Gray was beautiful, was nice, but we should have gotten another starter as well, right? To go along with Sonny Gray. That's what I said. If the Yankees get Montas and Paul Blackburn, I'll be happy with that. I can live with that. But Montas and Rondon, that right there is appealing to me. It just depends on what prospects we have to give up for the both of them.
Yep.
What's your thoughts on Jock Peterson? Because rumors they're looking to trade him also.
I love Jock Peterson.
I would take him over Aaron Hicks.
I'll take him over Aaron Hicks. Yeah, he was an all-star, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yeah, he was an all-star. He was an all-star, and he got slapped in the face by Tommy Pham.
Fantasy football. That's what that was.
Yeah.
Hey, fantasy football's no joke, man.
It's blood, sweat, and tears. I mean, blood, sweat, and tears.
My cousin blocked my phone number because of fantasy football. So it gets serious. It gets serious.
Wow. Well, that makes the family reunions kind of awkward, Frankie.
Yeah.
Well, let's look into the breakdowns of this team from yesterday's game. Even though we lost, we'll start off with, I think this is the Royals or the Yankees. I can't tell because they're both blue. All right, cool, perfect. The Yankees. So I'll do the lineup, and my man Frankie will handle the pitching. So when it comes to the lineup, the Yankees sent off DJ LeMahieu, the second baseman, to lead it off. He was 2 for 5. Your boy Aaron Judgy Wudgy in center field. He was 0 for 3. Antonio the Calzone, the Rigatoni, the Rizzo at first base. He was 2 for 4. The Gleyber Torres, he was DHing, was 0 for 5. Could have been a lot better at bats, but would take it. Andrew Benintendi, he was 0 for 2, but he did have a couple walks as well. One thing about Benintendi, we've seen over the weekend, he draws walks. Over this weekend, he got a few infield hits. He had a sac fly, but he also had 6 walks, which to me stands out a lot for me. Josh Donaldson, another 0 for 4 from Donaldson, a couple strikeouts. Matt Carpenter, seems like Matty Carpenter's heating up. He was 2 for 3 coming off of the game that he had a home run that I was there at that game. Hey, I was there.
Oh, yeah.
The
That's
shortstop, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, was 0 for 4. And Kyle Higashioka, the non-existing home run stroker, the catcher, was 1 for 2. Go ahead, Frankie.
Yeah, man. Hey, Gleyber Torres was my pick to not hit a home run yesterday, so that means he was supposed to, but that happens.
He broke the reverse pick.
I had cash 2 times this weekend, Friday and Saturday. So I was due for a loss there.
Yeah.
And now just one more thing before we dive into the pitching. I just can't stand seeing Isaiah Kiner-Falefa hit ground balls to the pitcher anymore. I bet you I just can't stand seeing it anymore. I think if Peraza is not traded at this deadline, he should be the starting shortstop on Wednesday.
Yep.
So I just cannot see Isaiah Kiner-Falefa ground out and have balls go between his legs anymore.
Yeah. I can't. We talked about it plenty of times, Frankie. You know, a lot of people don't know this, but when it comes to Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, he got his gold glove at third base, right? So like Frankie's saying, if we call up Peraza, IKF and Donaldson, they could platoon third base. I don't care. Let Peraza get some at bats at shortstop. Let's see what we have from this prospect.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm done with IKF. He can be a utility guy. He can play third, second, and short, you know, when needed. But he's getting, for me, I know he gets the singles, he gets hits, singles, but I just can't. He's getting to Joey Gallo level for me. Him and Donaldson.
Yeah.
And I don't think Falefa gets as much hate as Gallo does because he doesn't strike out, but he grounds out to the pitcher, which is not what I mean.
Which is, yeah.
You know what I mean?
But now that Joey Gallo is gone, though, Frankie, I think that target will get on Josh Donaldson's back and Isaiah Kiner-Falefa.
Oh, yeah.
I think Aaron Hicks has brought him some time.
Yeah.
I think Aaron Hicks brought him some time. I think the fans are really upset at Donaldson and IKF moving forward.
Hey, I've been pleased with Hicks. I really have. I've been. I know you and me have both slandered him since the second I came onto this show. But hey, he's been playing well. So
he shut me up. You haven't heard me talk bad about him in a while.
He shut me up too. I mean, the home runs aren't there, but he's got an OPS above 700. You know, he's been an above. He hasn't been that great, but he's been an above average hitter this year.
Yeah, and in the month of July, I think he's hitting 290 or 300 in the month of July. I'll take that. Let's see what we got moving forward from Aaron Hicks.
And then he's got speed. He draws the difference between Falefa and Hicks is, you know, Falefa, he has the decent batting average, but he has no on base skills.
Yeah.
His hits are singles, so those are as good as walks in the grand scheme of things. Then he has that bat on base. As to where Hicks, what's he in, like 255, 260?
Around 245, 250, around there.
Yeah, around there. But he's got a really good on base percentage. Where a lot of Hicks hits are also singles, but he trades some of those singles for a lot more walks.
Yeah,
he's got a pretty good on base percentage, which I like. You know, I like guys with speed like Hicks that can get on base, like that can draw walks. That's why, Benintendi, Hicks is kind of like a poor man's Benintendi in the way I look at it. You know, he gets on base, speed, plays a good outfield. But, so Hicks has been a lot better than I thought he would be.
Let's just see what we could get for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So start off with Montgomery and work your way down, brother.
So Montgomery, there's a lot of fours on there. He 4 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks. And then 6 strikeouts. Albert Abreu came in. I thought he threw pretty well.
Yeah, I was happy with him.
1 hit, no runs, no walks, and a strikeout. 1, he came in. He threw a third of an inning. He just finished off the inning that a BREW couldn't. He gave up a heavy walk, but ultimately got out of it. Johnny Loizaga had, again, another good outing. He threw one inning, had one strikeout, no one on base, no runs or anything. Ron Marinaccio, the kid from Tom's River, had a first blip of the year.
Yeah.
He's been good, but had one little blip. He gave up 2 hits, a home run, a walk, which is uncharacteristic of him, and a strikeout. And then Clay Holmes, he threw 2/3 of an inning, gave up the three earned runs, all in one swing from Salvador Perez. And then he came in, he picked up Holmes' scraps, just threw a third of an inning and walked one guy, but ultimately got out. And Clay Holmes was the losing pitcher for today's game. He's now 5-2.
Yeah. And when you look at Salvador Perez, right? Salvador Perez, it seems like he's been around forever.
Yeah.
Right. It seems like he's been around forever. Salvador Perez made his major league debut back in 2011 at the age of 21. Perez is 32 right now. Salvador Perez has some time left in this league. Would you consider Salvador Perez a Hall of Famer?
No, I mean, as of now, I mean, he was always a Gold Glove catcher. I mean, back in the day, but the past few years, like the past 3 years, 2 or 3 years, his defense has just been so bad. Like statistically, he is the worst. He is defensively one of the worst, if not the worst, defensive catcher in baseball. So I think that is what is holding him back. But he has a generational bat. So I think for the rest of his career, if they can move MJ Melendez to the full-time catcher and have have Salvi DH and play first base, maybe. Oh, voice crack. Sorry about that.
No, it's cool.
So if they
get those two.
Yeah, so he's getting older, so the defense is really deteriorating. So if they can just put him at first to DH him, gives him more room to hit, I think he can definitely be a Hall of Famer. If they move him, like, I'm not talking about next year and 2 years. If they move him to a full-time DH, then probably 8 or 9 more years of not having to catch, I think he's a Hall of Famer.
Okay. When we look at his numbers real quick, Salvador Perez, in 11 years in the big leagues, he's played 1,200 games. He has 1,210 hits. So he has 10 more hits than games played, which is cool. He has 226 doubles, 11 triples, 213 home runs, 697 RBIs, 171 walks. He has a career batting average of 266. So you're right. At the beginning of his career, he wasn't much known to be an offensive threat. 20 home runs here, 20 home runs there. But last year is what solidified Salvador Perez when he had that breakout 48 home run season.
He's a great power hitter.
He was injured to start the year. Over the weekend, he hit 2 home runs against the Yankees, which, he almost had a third home run. The game that I was there, he almost hit it out off of Nesta. You saw that one.
Yeah, deepest part of the park. I mean, yesterday, that was probably the farthest home run I've seen to center field in Yankee Stadium.
Oh, yeah. Especially this season.
He hit it. He almost – I still do – I've been to 20 games over the past 3 or 4 years. I still have no clue what that black box is in center field above.
That's a luxury suite.
The luxury suite, that's what it is.
Yeah. I think that's a restaurant, a luxury suite, whatever it is. Whatever it is, it's too expensive for you and me, Frankie. That's one thing.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Way too expensive. So that's probably why I have no clue what it was.
Yeah, definitely. Let me let's get to my fault. What you were saying, Frankie?
He was this close to hitting that box. I've never seen anyone hit that box. The Mohegan Sun bar, that's what it is.
There you go. Again, too expensive for my blood.
I've never seen someone hit that box, and he's probably been the closest I've seen to someone hitting the box. I don't know if anyone has ever, but personally, I haven't seen it. And that was the closest I have there.
I know not this year. Normally, that's Judge and Stanton territory, but not this year. Let's start off with the Royals lineup. Frankie, read the lineup, and I'll handle the pitcher, baby.
So, Whit Merrifield led off at second base. He went 2 for 4. Bobby Witt Jr., the DH, went 1 for 4. Salvador Perez went 1 for 5, but he did hit that big home run. Hunter Dozier went 1 for 5. He hit a home run off Marinaccio. Vinny Pasquantino, the first baseman, 0 for 3. Michael Taylor went 2 for 4. MJ Melendez, the right fielder, went 2 for 3. Nick Prado, the left fielder, went 1 for 3. And Garcia, that's the only guy on the team I know who it is. The shortstop, he went 1 for 3.
Yeah, I think it's Mickey Garcia. I'm not too sure, whatever it is, but you know, he's a pesky bat. He plays shortstop, third base for them this series. He's a pesky defensive guy. It's like a Miguel Cairo, if you guys remember Miguel Cairo from back in the day. Pitching side, Zach Greinke. Woo! That's the name from the throwbacks. But
Yeah.
Zach Greinke pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Amir Garrett, you guys remember Amir Garrett? That's the guy that used to pitch for Cincinnati and who loved to fight. But Amir Garrett he pitched 2/3 of an innings, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, no strikeouts. Juarez, if you guys remember, Juarez is that guy who has that beautiful story about being a FedEx pitcher last year, working his way back to the major league. So Juarez, salute to you, my guy. That goes to tell you that dreams never die. Never give up on your dreams, everybody. Never, never, never. But 2/3 of an inning, no hits. He did give up 2 runs. I think it was the home run to Rizzo, 2 walks and a strikeout. You got Coleman who came in after him. Coleman, he pitched 2/3 of an innings, 1 hit, 1 run, no walks, and 1 strikeout. Then you got Clark who ended up closing out the game. He pitched 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. The winning pitcher was Clark. He is 2-1 on the season. But this game got away from us. As Michael Caputo has pointed out, Clay Holmes has not been good. These last 2 weeks. He's been off lately. He has no control. He's getting hit. Guys, seems like Clay Holmes is the old Clay Holmes from Pittsburgh. Hopefully, this is just a rough patch that he's going through.
I think it's just a blip. I mean, it happens to everyone. You know what I mean? You know, you go through rough patches throughout the season. You know, it's been 2 weeks, but my dad just whispered to me. He said that why can't I speak? Mariano was never perfect. So I mean,
your father. I was literally going to say the same thing. That's why I like your father, man. That's why your pops is the coolest.
I told him. I said you kind of got a name on the channel. You know.
You're definitely one of these mornings. I know it's probably too early for him to come on, but one of these mornings he has to bless the streams with just a hello.
He's sitting right here. He's on his computer.
Well, one of these mornings, whenever he's free and whenever he's not working on his computer, he's more than welcome to bless the stream with the hello. How you doing?
He said he'll put it in his calendar.
All right, bet. Put it in your daily planner. How about that?
I'll put a post-it note on your computer.
Yeah. But guys, it's about 12 o'clock. Like I said, I have a doctor's appointment later on. Frankie, any last thoughts before we leave out right now?
I'm good. Nothing from me.
Copy. Hopefully Brian Cashman makes some trades as well for everybody. Please don't forget, we have a subscriber giveaway that we're doing over here at the KOD at the Knights of Degen. You guys make sure you follow the Twitch Knights of Degen. Follow us on YouTube, Knights of Degen. Hit that subscribe for both links, as well on Twitter, KOD Media on Twitter. We are giving away a Steve. So that means anybody can have all access to everything that goes on KOD. Like I said, Friday nights is when the degenerates come out to play. The tavern is up on the Discord. So please, everybody, whenever you get a second, make sure you go to Twitch. Make sure you get into the subscriber giveaway because we will be giving it and we'll be announcing the winner later on this week. But Frankie, brother, like always, a great show. Appreciate you like always. Let me just read the comments before we dip out. I had Krista Flash, my man, salute. Like always, keep salute. Steven, salute. Thank you so much for coming through. Yeah. Steven is a diehard Knicks fan. Always show support. Geraldine McIver, who is also a Knick and a Yankee fan. Appreciate you. My man, Michael Mazza for the 4 Train Express. If you guys aren't following my man, Michael Mazza, make sure you do that. Cons, I see you in the IG chat. Appreciate you. If you're ever bored, hit that link that's in my bio. Jump on over to YouTube and join the conversation, my guy. Michael Caputo as well. Always love the back and forth with my man Caputo. We got a bet going on. When Brian Cashman trades for Frankie Montas, right, I will be taking a drive out to Long Island to shave Michael Caputo's head because for some reason he doesn't believe and have faith in Brian Cashman. So Caputo, get ready to get a haircut, my guy, because it will happen. It will happen. But guys, appreciate everybody for coming through 100%. Like always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you follow me, Yankees Brew KOD on Twitter, as well Project Nerd HQ on IG. Follow the Knights of Dejan on all social media platforms. Hit that subscribe button, hit that comment button. And guys, this is your guy, Project Nerd HQ, and I'm out. Peace.